Okay, Scorpio, thank you for joining me, and thank you to any new viewers who are tuning in for the first time. Sit back and relax and listen to the messages coming through. Scorpio, this is your reading for August of 2019. Now, I am uploading these readings in July, and we know that July is a very powerful, potent month. We have two eclipses going on in them. They're watery eclipses, which will tend to bring thoughts of the emotion to our surface, or things that we have not been addressing. Eclipses are generally about the shadow side of energies, both personally and galactically and collectively as well. So I think for a lot of you, you are going to find the ripples of movement starting to occur in your life, and probably at a physical or spiritual or emotional level first. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. In July, as I said, we've had the two eclipses. The first one was July the 2nd, which was the solar eclipse. July the 16th is the lunar eclipse. Mercury went retrograde in July, as well as Chiron. So as we head into August, we're tailing out of you could call it a tailspin of energetic, forces coming together. In August, we have, of course, the Lion's Gate portal on the 8th of the 8th. There's quite often some very strong galactic energies that come in for us to meditate to, or to ground ourselves with, or to connect with if we're interested in that. We also have Jupiter going direct on the 11th of August, and on the same day, the 11th of August, Uranus goes retrograde as well. So I have, as I say, shuffled these cards. I'm going to just cut them. Wherever the cuts end up being is where we will work from. There's a bit of a messy system going on, but it's all fine. Whatever turns up for the reading is exactly as it's meant to be. As I say, they've all been cut, or shuffled rather. Now we're cutting. So Scorpio, this is for you guys for August 2019. And I see the crystals are tumbling down, wanting to be involved in the reading as well. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of crystalline energy coming. There might be some crystalline activation for some of you. It could also be an example of uplifting crystal energies to support you or nurture you or help your health in one way or another. Now for this month, as you can see, the 3 decks, we are going to be doing, first of all, relationships, if you like, which cover off all types of relationships, including the personal or intimate ones you may have or not have, as the case may be. Then we're going to move into a little bit of health, and then we will look at career as well. There's no set format to how I'm picking or selecting any of the cards. It's a go with the flow type scenario, but I have been inclined to start with this deck most often. This deck is a full tarot deck. It works with the chakra energies, so colour infusion is very important in this deck. This is the the Morgan Greer Tarot, and this is the Energy Oracle, which is very similar to a tarot, but is an oracle deck. So let's say we're moving into your relationship sector, and we have the Emperor as the first card out. You'll notice that this has a blue barrier around it, which means it's to do with the throat chakra area of the body. So this is about communication. If this Emperor is someone in your life, it can often be an Aries energy person, usually a male, but sometimes can be a female as well. This person could be, I'm not thinking he's a foe, even though he looks very strong and determined. For some of you, he could be like a guardian or a parent figure who is authoritative and perhaps pushing some sort of establishment or their particular perspective on you at the moment. And you might find this restrictive. This guy, the Emperor, can be very restrictive. He is a law-abiding citizen. He follows protocols and quite often old systems. So if any of you are fighting systems in your life at the moment, or you're feeling claustrophobic, or as if something is holding you down or clinging to you, you know, like, I want to be free of it. And I'm getting that feeling that some of you do. It's like you want freedom or something. This Emperor could be literally a person who is restraining your freedom, and it could be by way of communication, so how he's talking to you or the things that are said to you through him, or it could be through something such as a legal binding contract or document. So this could be something like a tenancy agreement. You might be wanting to shift homes, but you can't because you're locked into an agreement. This might be to do with legal proceedings that could be referencing businesses. You might be wanting to move or sell or buy a new business, but you've been having problems at the moment. Nothing seems to be flowing. It could be because this emperor, and he just fell out of my hand and he fell out of vision of the camera. So he could be about to disappear out of your life, or he could be about to make things easier for him or for you, or you could be about to walk away from him. Now remember, this was relationship perspective, so some of you might have had enough of his tedious rules and regulations, his Aryan type authority, because he quite often is, as I say, an Aries person. Some of you may have been having run-ins with him. He could be a boss that you are not getting along with. He could be your close partner's family member, like a father-in-law or a stepfather or a grandfather. When I said he's not a foe, he's causing, to me, I think he is causing some disruption. It's like he is stifling you from the place you want to go or the things you want to do. So that, remember, this could be his rising sign or his moon sign as well. But generally he's not vindictive or vicious. It's just that he thinks he's always right, or he sees things should be done his way. Sometimes he can teach you a really good message in life or a really good lesson, and he can be worth listening to. So even if you might be frustrated or flabbergasted with him or fed up with him, try and hear what he's saying underneath, because usually his insight is not too wrong one way or another, even if it might be a bit outdated. For some of you, this could relate to issues in the throat area of your body as well. Let's dig a little bit deeper. The Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. And I kind of got that feeling before I started the message for you guys. I felt like you had to stand up and be heard with these ripples of movement that are coming for you. This here, if you see the border, it's this lovely light mauvey purple area which comes to you through the third eye. You know, Scorpio and Pisces, you two are, in my mind, the most psychically intuitive of the 12 astrological signs, and you can really tap into your clairvoyant psychic messages through the third eye. And this card is that type of energy, so it's asking you to open up intuitively, trust your inner wisdom, trust your higher self, connect with your spirit guides, connect to collective conscious to find answers for resolution. If it's not about him, it's utilizing him. So stand your ground on something that has been bothering you or blocking creativity even, because this is the card of passion, fire. It's also the card of careers and creativity, and sort of suggesting that you may have been through a period where you felt like nothing was happening or nothing was changing, but it is slowly getting there. Oh, these two, couple of old Scrooges together. They're like the Pope and his cohorts. They're a couple of old school thinking, patriarchal men who rule everything and make the rules and govern society and dominate. So the two of them have come out. They're staunch old geezers, and they do have a way of being the party police. You know, they dampen the fun. They restrain our high spirits. They stop us from breaking free and trying the new things in life. So you've got a really strong message that somewhere something is either holding you down or pulling you back or telling you off or telling you to restart something or follow the rules or don't bend the boundaries. I don't know what you're doing and I don't know what you're thinking, but it could be tied into your career. If you have bosses like these two, then you have to follow their rules for the meantime. You can gently try to persuade them otherwise, you know, with new concepts or ideas or visions or strategies, but they take a lot of persuading because they sort of are set in concrete. They follow the biblical laws, they follow the philosophical laws, they follow the legal laws. They are the rule holders of the planet. So if you're thinking of doing anything that isn't good or moral or ethical, don't, because these suckers, they're out watching you, and this could turn into a karmic event that you don't want to have go wrong. He holds the keys to the kingdom. It's down here. If you follow some of his stiff, upright, patriarchal protocols, you can advance in ways that are slower than you might have imagined and in possibly directions that you weren't thinking of. He can sometimes be insinuating that you do have a spiritual awareness or awakening that goes on around you. This could be something that is coming to you through the realm of your psychic abilities or your third eye or the higher collective consciousness or your higher self. He can take us onto deep spiritual revelations in his timing and under his jurisdiction. Some of you may even find that you are seeking this type of protocol in your life at the moment, and you may have turned back to established religion or an establishment like a family business or a family community or a community where you feel safe and structured, because you might have been feeling untethered in the way you were moving forward. And let's face it, life is particularly untethered at the moment. We're all floating through the universe in this bizarre energy of time that seems to morph and displace itself, and strange things happening and strange going-ons, emotional turmoil for so many people. Well, oftentimes these old stalwarts, they reground us and they regroup us and they pull us back down and they establish some sort of rigid authority that helps to slowly move us forward. So you see, there's two sides to the story. There's either the side that they could be beneficial for you and pull you back down to ground and lead you into moral and ethical purity, or they are holding you back from your own wish of freedom and self-regulation and self-investigation into where you're going, what your future holds, how you want to get there yourself. But I do feel as though jobs and careers are somehow part of this scenario for a lot of you. It's not coming up as like an intimate lover or a love relationship at the moment, although he can often be cited as that. Let's do a little bit further. The storm warning is a little bit like the Tower. Now, I've said this before for you guys, whoever gets this card in a reading, this can be a literal physical storm on the planet. Now, we have plenty of activity of this coming in July and August. We've got all sorts of storms, geographical weather storms, we've got emotional storms of people, we've got political storms, we have earth movement storms. All types of storms are surrounding us at the moment, so it doesn't surprise me that the card turns up. And I felt from the very beginning that you guys would need to stand your ground when these pools of change are coming, or waves of change are coming your way. So if any of you are in a physical storm area on the planet for this month of July or August, depending on when you're listening to the reading, be prepared. Just keep yourself prepared and in listening to logical, accurate information around whether places need to be evacuated, or whether you are safe to stay where you are, or whether you need to get a few days supply of water, or whether you should, you know, move inland or move outland, or whatever the case may be, because it is a month of quite turbulent weather. Now, if this is more emotional or spiritual, we are talking of these changes that I have felt coming from the beginning. And these people, especially this Emperor, this Aryan type person, the Hierophant guy as well, they may be part of the storm warning, which is pretty much what I talked about before. So just remember, sometimes when we go through these intense changes in life, emotionally or physically, we can feel as if they are a storm because they unground us. They can give us powerful insights into our collective journey here in this lifetime. And this Hierophant and this Emperor can be key holders for things like that to happen. Even though they are quite rigid in their stalwart thoughts and processes and thinkings, they also, as I mentioned earlier, hold great information that can be invaluable to you. And sometimes when you come across people like this in your life, teachers of life's journey, you can be suddenly wrenched asunder because you are moving at great speed to a different destination on your journey. Sometimes these type of people, they take us to places we never imagined we would go. Those are the positive perspectives or dynamics of the Hierophant and the Emperor, and they can create a literal emotional and spiritual storm. One more from here. Oh wow, you see, it's a powerful time on this planet right now in this year of 2019, and Scorpio, one of your keywords is intensity, and this is an intense reading. There is a lot of intensity going on in the background for you guys. Already you have, as such, 4 major arcana cards, and they are powerful and creating this movement of storm energy in sight, like bolts of lightning coming to you, from the highest source to energize you and to create powerful change, which is what the Death card is. It's a rebirth, a rising of the new sun heading into a new direction. So for some of you, this time of change, this introspection, perhaps some meditation you might be doing around the time of the eclipses, might take you into, it might shock you, literally, electrically shock you into a new paradigm or direction. And these will be very deep spiritual feelings. They could change your whole life for some of you. You know, like wiping out the old, setting forth into the new, starting a new journey. Wow. And now you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is not a common major arcana card to come out. Now this is relating to the green chakra, as you can see by the edges of the card, and the green relates to the heart portion of the body through here. It also relates to our emotions of love and energy, self-love, love for life, love for others. It can be referring to the physical heart as well. So some of you may, although we're not in the health section yet, we're still in the relationships, but some of you may have an issue with a physical heart problem or around that part of the body in the thorax. But the Wheel of Fortune is enabling you to make these changes, and that it's generally slow turning. It offers you all the tools that the magician started you off with at the beginning, at the number 1, and we're now at number 10. So you've had time along this journey to procure or to structure or format the things that you want to manifest. Now is a very important time for you galactically to jump on board this train of change and manifest that which you desire. And it could create a storm because you might leave things behind. You might be leaving relationships behind, people that no longer suit you or haven't been treating you right or have not harnessed your growth or desires in the right way. You may find that some people were bringing you down, but these two might be enlightening you. Remember, this is a general reading, so many who read or listen to this video will find different answers within it. There's no doubt about standing your ground to get through all of this immense change that is coming. And if you don't see the change, if you don't feel it, then you're either happy with where you want to be, or you're not ready to start seeking it because it's there. We don't, just because change is in the air with all these Wheel of Fortune, the Death card, the Storm warning, just because change is in the air, some of us turn the other cheek. We look in the other direction because we don't want to. We're not ready yet. And that's fine. You don't have to make the change, but if you don't expect whatever it is you're going through to just remain the same, and within a few weeks or a month you'll start to feel, damn, I had that window of opportunity, I kind of wish I'd taken it. But anyhow, those are your relationships, and there's certainly a lot going on here with the relationship sector. One more. Community, and this is like the Three of Cups in many ways. It is knowing that you have a community around you who do support you, or people that you could call upon or fall upon if you feel alone or lonely or frightened. Now sometimes this is the sisterhood card, so it's the energy of woman or female or feminine divine energy, the goddess type energy. This can be literal female friends in your life, and for all the men listening, this includes you. It's not excluding you, but sometimes women offer a nurturing support that is buoyancy. And if you're a male and you have female friends, whether they're work colleagues or they're nieces or aunties or grandmas or just distant friends, then call upon them for some sort of physical, emotional or spiritual support as you go through this month of change, and listen to what they have to say, because again, background conversations could be really important for you, helping your decision to make these changes. But there are wonderful people around you in a community that help to nurture you and get you through. And oddly enough, these two could be part of this greater community where these people are also involved. This could be a workplace, these could be bosses, CEOs, general directors, or a person who employs you, or a business owner, or even a business partner that you have. And these could be other employees or HR people or counselors within it. It could be that type of community. But they could also just be people that you live with and it surrounds your daily life. So I'm not seeing too much about personal love coming through. I'm just getting this message about the changes that are coming in the relationships. And yes, it could be still involving your personal, intimate relationship. Let's move on to the health sector. Wow, well that's nice. The Ten of Cups is like feeling happy, finding some sort of good vibration, knowing that something is watching over you and giving you a positivity, a shining protection. Call upon the different coloured light in the atmosphere. Call upon the rainbow energies. Embrace yourself with the harmony of light as a healing modality, because it can be very beneficial. This is a positive omen for health. The fact that it's number 10 could represent that you are coming to the end of some sort of cycle that you have been in. So for anyone who has been trapped in a downward spiral or a lack of spiral or a loss of in terms of health or emotions, this could be taking a turn for the better. The moon is about our emotions, so if some of you have been emotionally hurt or fraught or wound up or feeling out of sync, this is a time to tell you to tune in again to your psychic self, your awareness, your abilities to balance things out, especially hormones and emotions. So the health thing could be some of you might have been suffering depression or fatigue or anxiety, and given that we've just had these eclipses, there's still going to be a little bit glitchy for a little while until the moon energies and the eclipse energies balance out. But if you tune in, connect with your guides, connect with celestial energies for help and for balance, I think you'll find that you will find some answers. The Four of Coins, the Four of Pentacles, we're coming back to the heart again, into the chest and the thorax area, which is what I said earlier. Some of you may, if you have had anxiety or tension or worry, it may have come through an emotional trauma of the heart, so feeling either loss or sadness or restriction, like a restriction of breathing. Look how many coins he's placed on his heart, how heavy that must be, as if it's claustrophobic, which is what we had at the very beginning of the reading. So something may have been holding you down either physically, and it could have been like a flu or a congestion of the lungs or a lung issue or a heart that needs the valves opened up. But again, we've got the sun radiating from behind. This is about not being overly worried about the health. It's about tuning in and connecting and balancing any fear or worry or anxiety that might be present. So, I love it because you've had a lot of these beautiful caring connections as well. So somewhere in your life you either have friends or family or a loved one or close intimate partners, because this is another one, that support you or love you or want to help you. So if you've closed off to people, perhaps because you misinterpreted the way they wanted to offer their help, or you felt they were impeding or imposing or pushing too much, then maybe it's time to review the help that is around for you, especially if you feel lonely or as if people haven't understood you. You need to review again what's around you, because somebody is there to help you. This caring connections is almost like a soulmate, a twin flame energy. It's a beautiful card to come out, and in terms of it being a health card, we're getting some really positive vibrations about your health. Look at the golden glow in these cards. So there's something behind, and this one, the 10, with the glow of the rainbow. There's something behind you that you may not have looked into or you haven't fully embraced that can support you as you move forward. So just remember that for anyone with, any severe health issues, that you need to embrace others who can help. This is what community can do, and this community could be doctors as well. So don't forget the healthcare workers who could be a community, and he could be one of them. He could be a doctor too. So don't forget the community of people who can support you in helping your health to regain its full abundance or energetic levels. So other people, I think, are playing a role in this for you, for your health. Nice, the Queen of Pentacles. She could be an earth sign person. Again, she could be like this community worker, whereby she may come up with some information, support or knowledge, who also helps you. She is very proficient with money and finances as well. So if money or finances come into playing with your health issues, she may be a person who can help mediate or meditate it, find a solution. She might have something to do with your finances in way of a positive uplift as well. Now, if we take a quick look at the career, we see we're stuck in a line of indecision. And I did get a feeling that these cards at the very beginning, even though they were about relationships, it felt to me as if some of them were connected with your career or monetary perspective in life. So some of you are at a crossroads with your career, contemplating, where do you go? What do I do? To who do I see? Do I take left or right? This card is that simple. So to trust your intuition, which is what this card was about, stand your ground, don't give up. You've come a long way. You have much more to offer, but you need to connect and trust your intuition and tune into it and balance, moderate things to be able to make a decision and go forth. The Three of Swords can be about leaving something behind, and we get this feeling with this card. We also know that's what the Death card means, walking away from something and leaving it behind. This is the solar plexus chakra, which is in the middle of our body, which is our gut strength and also our gut feelings, trusting our intuition again, which I've mentioned to you guys, Scorpio, you're very good at the ability to do this. This card can represent personal relationships when there has been something like an affair or some sort of deceit or dishonesty going on. Given that this is the career, there may be someone around you who has been a bit dishonest, or there has been feelings of loss or stress with someone in a workplace, possibly a boss even, or a very close co-worker, and you're thinking it is time to move on and make a decision about going in a certain direction, which will take you into this new area. You know, the storm warning could have even been about that as well. When we get the Three of Swords and a storm warning, those two type of energies go hand in hand as well. You might have found out something that is going on between three people, a situation. It's probably at work, but this could be also involved with your more personal relationships as well. So they could be somehow tied in, and you might be going, well, I've really been duped here and I'm cross about it, I'm angry, but I can see through the storm and I know that it is telling me to walk away and go in a new direction. And we have, again, where you will find more happiness and it will be to your overall betterment, and that's twice the 10 of Cups has come out for you guys. Remember, this is about positivity, success, endurance, wish fulfillment, love, and feeling sated and happy and connected and trusted and peaceful, all of the positives in life. And that's where your journey can take you. And it's really important to focus on the things that you want to manifest in life, not what you're afraid of or what you think you've lost or what you think you can't achieve. All of this is eventually achievable if you set your mind to it and focus on it, because these are the times of manifestation. We've walked out of 3D heavy energy. We're changing dimensions, we're changing dynamics on this planet. So much newness is here to be explored. So set your mind to the things that you want and really aim high for it. The Four of Swords and the Page of Cups, this is more about new offerings, new beginnings, often things that really appeal to your heart or make you emotionally connected. Sometimes this is the offering of love. The Four of Swords follows on from the Three, which was here. We're back at the heart again. You guys have had some sort of heart affected this month in August. It's probably come through. It's been going on for a while, I feel. It's not just something that's turned up. So it's been an ongoing background situation with people or a person or a loved one or an intimate relationship whereby you have felt this kind of you know, stabbing in the heart, this pain. Well, it's sorting itself out. You're finding the reclusiveness, the peace, the meditation. You're finding answers about how to move forward and get to this stage here. For some of you, this is time out. It's recuperation after feeling drained, which is what can happen when a storm comes up. You know, take the time out to find some sort of replenishment for the body, mind and soul. And it can be a time of going away with someone and working through situations as well, and finding a more harmonious outcome as you move into the next stage. So there you are, Scorpio, a quite intense reading with a lot of interesting messages for you guys, and I think a lot of them are helpful messages that could really be insightful as the month unfolds. There's certainly great change coming. The water seems to be running for you, running deep, and you're going to be on your own personal spiritual journey of evolution and getting rid of the things that you just feel are no longer right for you. So thank you for listening, everyone. I love it when you leave your comments. Yeah, how did you feel going through the eclipses in July? Did you feel any personal intensity or power that happened to you? Like, were you knocked asunder, or did you have anything like a bolt of lightning come out and just grab your attention and create this dynamic path of change? So please sub the channel, leave your comments. It's lovely to read them, and I wish you all a very blessed and safe July and August. May you find a smooth coat of armor to put on from your galactic helpers and from Archangel Michael, who is a wonderful protector. So I wish you all blessings of safety and prosperity. Please press the little notification button on the channel so that you get the videos when they are uploaded. Much love, everyone. Remember to check your moon and rising signs as well. Namaste.